Hello class. So today we're going to look at GPS 4, which is subtracting sign numbers. So let's go look at some problems. Okay, alright, let's start at 4.7. So you might remember I gave you some rules from the last GPS. Let's take a look at them again. Okay, so here are our rules, right? Rules for adding and subtracting sign numbers. I'm going to add another rule now, okay, when we start GPS 4. So, rule number 3. The last rule I'm going to add is that if you have two negatives next to each other, they turn into a positive. Right, so just copy this for now and I will explain what I mean. Alright, so again, the last rule is if you have two negatives next to each other, they turn into a positive. So let's see how that works. So if we look at this example, you can see that I have two negatives here, right? This one, oopsie. So if we look at that example, we see that there are two negatives, right? This one and this one. Okay, so again, whenever there's two negatives like that next to each other, they turn into a positive. So let's rewrite this. So this would give us negative 19 plus 3. Okay, you see how those two negatives turn into a positive? So that happens whenever you have two negatives right next to each other, just like in this example. So you can change both of them into a positive, and then you follow the rules from before. So 19 is negative, 3 is positive. Remember, always carry the sign that's in the front. So we have negative 19, positive 3. Their signs are different. Therefore, we subtract and keep the sign of the larger one. So we subtract, keep the sign of the larger. That is going to give us negative 16. Alright, so that's negative 16. Let's go on to the next one. So here, we follow the same rule as before, right? This is a negative 13. This is a negative 12. Signs are the same, so we're going to add and keep their signs. So this gives us a negative 25. Add and keep their signs. This one, we have two negatives are next to each other, right? So what happens? That turns into a positive. So this is going to be 4 plus 4. Alright, then they're both positive. Signs are the same, so we add and keep their signs. Positive 8. Then the next one, that's a positive 4 and a negative 4. Their signs are different, right? Positive and negative, they're different signs, so we subtract. 4 minus 4 is 0. And keep in mind, 0 is neither negative nor positive. Okay? Let's take a look at the rest of them. So again, I have a negative and a negative are next to each other here. So what happens? That turns into a positive. So I rewrite it. That's going to be negative 12 plus, that turns into positive 16. Now again, we check. The signs are different, right? Negative 12, positive 16, different signs. So we subtract. 16 minus 12 is 4. Keep the sign of the bigger one. So 6, so it's positive. Next one, again, negative, negative turned into a positive, so we get negative 15 plus 7. Signs are different, right? Negative 15, positive 7, different signs, so we subtract, and that gives us a negative 8. Subtract, keep the sign of the bigger one. 15 is bigger, so it's a negative. Okay, next one, same thing. I see negative, negative are next to each other. That turns into a positive, so it's 8 plus 7. Signs are same, positive 8, positive 7, same signs. We add, keep their signs. Over here, we have negative and negative, right? Turns into a positive, so it's 12 plus 9. That's a positive 12, positive 9. Signs are the same, so we add, keep their signs. that gives us 21, positive 21. Okay, next one, we have a negative 10 and a negative 6. Signs are same, so we add and keep their signs. Negative 16. Next one, we have negative 6, negative 3. Signs are same, again, add and keep their signs. Negative 9. Add them, keep their signs. For 17, we have two negatives here, so that turns into a positive. Copy that over, turned into a positive, plus 8. Signs are different, right? Negative 4, positive 8, signs are different. We subtract, keep the sign of the bigger one, subtract, keep the sign of the bigger one, positive 8. Oh, sorry, oops, that's not right. That's a positive 4, I meant to say. Yeah, so that's actually positive 4. Okay, yeah, so that's actually a positive 4. Right? We subtract. 8 minus 4 is 4. Keep sign the bigger one, so it's positive. Okay, next one. Again, negative, negative turns into a positive, so copy that over. Plus 7. Signs are different, right? Negative 6, positive 7 are different. Subtract, keep sign of the bigger one, positive 1. Okay, next one, same thing. I see negative and negative, so that's going to turn into positive. So that's going to give us negative 7 plus 8. And signs are different. So we subtract, keep the sign of the bigger one, positive 1. Next one, I have a negative 1 and a negative 12. Signs are the same, so we add and keep their signs. Negative 13. Next one, we have a negative and a negative turned into a positive, so negative 6 plus 6. Signs are different. We subtract 0. And then finally, negative negative turned into positive, so that gives us negative 22 plus 15. Okay, signs are different, so we subtract. If we subtract, we are going to get a negative 7. Keep sign the bigger one, right? So negative 7. Okay, let's continue. Okay, and don't forget that order of operations, right? When addition and subtraction, so when you're working with order operations, when addition and subtraction are next to each other, okay, you do the one that comes first, or you go left to right. So when you have addition and subtraction next to each other, you do whichever one comes first, you go left to right. So let's look at some examples. So let's look at this example. You see how all of these are addition and subtraction. So what do? You go left to right. So first, let's do these two guys. Okay, so signs are different, so we subtract, right? Positive 6 and negative 5. We subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1. Bring down that negative 2, or bring down the 2, that minus 2. And then signs are different, so we subtract. Keep sign the bigger one, so that's a negative 1. Okay, next one, I see negative and negative, right? So change that into positive first, so rewrite everything. Negative 16 plus 13 plus 3. Okay, so first let's do these two. That the signs are different. I'm going to subtract. Keep sign of the bigger one. Negative 3 plus 3. These two have different signs, so we subtract. 3 minus 3 is 0. Okay, and again, if at any point you got lost somewhere, just rewind the video and watch it again, or send me an email or post something on the discussion board. Let's continue. Okay, so again, they're all addition subtractions, right? So we just go left to right. So first let's change all the negative, right? So I see there's a negative here. Let's change it into positive. So this is going to be 16 plus negative 24, and then plus 17 minus 2. Okay, actually let's rewrite that a little nicer. Let's rewrite that a little nicer. So this is a positive, right? So this is a 16 plus negative 24. Right, negative turns into a positive 17 minus 2. So we're going to evaluate these two first. Okay, signs are different, so we're going to subtract. Keep sign the bigger one. That's going to give us a -8 plus 17 minus 2. And then we're going to evaluate these two guys. Signs are different, so we're going to subtract. That's going to give us a keep sign the bigger one. Subtract, keep sign the bigger one. That's going to give us a +9. Minus 2, right? You see I keep bringing it down. 9 minus 2 is 7. So that's 7. Okay, next one, I see that's negative, negative, right? Always look for that first. Change that into positive. So we write everything. -2 plus -10 plus 14. So we evaluate these two guys. Same sign, so we add, keep their signs. So that's going to give us a -12 plus 14. Signs are different here, so we're going to subtract, and we get a 2. +2, keep the signs. Alrighty. Okay, next one. Here, again, negative, negative, positive. Okay, so we write everything. That's going to be 9 plus 12 plus 17 plus -9. So, I mean, these are all positives here, right? So we just add them all up. So 9 plus 12 is going to be 21. 21 plus 17 is 28. Right? No, oops, no, 38. Did I do that right? Yeah, that should be 38. 9 plus 12 is 21 plus 17 is 38. Yep. And then we have a plus -9. Okay. Now again, I look at these two guys. Signs are same or different? They're different. That's a +38 and a -9. So we subtract. Keep the sign of the bigger one. So 38 minus 9 is going to be 29. Sorry, yeah, 29. 21. 29, sorry, oops. 29, yeah. Let me erase that real quick. 29. +29. Okay. Let's do the next one. So we have negative, negative. Change that into a positive. So we have -15 plus 13 minus 11 plus 4. Alright, so let's do these two first. Signs are different, so we subtract, keep sign of the bigger one. That's a -2 minus 11 plus 4. If we do these two, that gives us negative. Oh, signs are same, so we add, right? Keep their signs. That's a -13 plus 4. Signs are different. Subtract, keep sign of the bigger one. -9. Okay. And that's it for GPS 4. Okay, so I'll see you next time in GPS 5.